So I don't know which one's the used or new one, but obviously someone's been in this before because this coil is unbound. Is this your donor or the current one? I'm assuming this is the donor. It doesn't appear to have been popped open. At least not yet. This one I'm not happy with. I hope this is your current one. And this doesn't appear to be a Y164. I'm going to read it. This looks like a Y160. Okay. We still have good connection on this one. It's not near as damaged as that one down there. So it just appears I have to desolder 4 points. Alright, so I'm working on the broken one. I'm going to move some of my stuff out of the way before I get started. Clean up all this solder right here and right here. There's a lot of it, it looks like. So I'm going to use my solder sucker. I never use this thing. Some old solder out of it. Seems to work still. Pretty good. Alright. Oops. Okay. So those are both off. Okay, now we can remove the aerial. Actually fix it. You know, I could actually take a donor and desolder the aerial. See how this one's still good? It's still taut. The coil is still taut on the pegs. I could just desolder those and then put it in and solder them to the pads right there, but that's not what I'm doing. It's not my objective. My objective is to get this board flipped over so that I can look at the devices. So I've been looking at this module, and it doesn't appear that the immobilizer data is on this board. And the reason this came to me is because the gentleman whose car this belongs to, he said he was having problems with his key. He broke it or something. The guts fell out. I think this might be it. You see, it's kind of gnarly. But anyway, his key wouldn't start his car, and he sent me his module out of his car and a donor, which is right here. This is the donor, and as soon as I got his part in hand, I already saw that it had been opened before. It had phone's going off. It had pry marks on the tabs, and I believe this is his original. It had clearly been opened, and this is off the donor. Zoom, focus, whatever. Come on, guy. See, there's just my original. Wow, I've got some wonky autofocus going on right now. Okay. Anyway, you get my point. But I opened up his module, and immediately this uncoiled and took me by surprise. Whomever had messed with it had really not done a good job. So being that I can't take data off of here to put it onto here, I'm just gonna take this board out and put his board in, and that'll just involve me desoldering 4 points, removing this carefully, putting his in, soldering up 2 points, putting this on, soldering 2 points. Should be good. Hopefully that's the plan. Anywho, we'll see. So first, I'm gonna put that key down. Phone. Bastard. Knew that was gonna happen. Okay. I'm gonna use my solder sucker. Try to get a good view of the action. Okay. heat up my iron real quick. Okay, now I have to hit my autofocus. Now those are lifted. So that comes right off. It's modular. I'm going to be very careful with that. Okay. And you see that solder sucker did a pretty fantastic job. And so now this should just lift right out. And it does. Okay. So there's the old board. Now we install, that's the donor board I just took out. Now we install the board that we need. And I'm going to clean up the solder points. Didn't realize I had knocked the camera away. All I did was clean them up. Now I'm going to take some flux paste, not a lot. I'm just going to go like this. Kind of work it onto these pegs and the pad. Because I want it to draw a lot to it. A lot of flux or solder to it to bind it or secure it. I'll be using silver solder. now the board is securely held in place, nice and secure. And the next step is to secure the aerial, or the copper coil, to it. Okay. And so I'm gonna just gently push them down. They're already contacting. And I'm gonna put some flux paste on them as well to keep them hot and juicy for the solder. I'm gonna have to get myself another strand of solder. Sheesh, my phone is just going off. Concentrate, don't hit the coils. Ooh, I'm shaking. I don't know why. I'm shaking. I think that's good enough. Let's take a look. No bridging. It's pretty well soldered. I dig it. I'm gonna clean it. Right. Let's see. Just hit it with a little alcohol. Nothing too serious, just getting a little flux off. I'll be really careful right here. Alright, now you see my work. Soldered well at all 4 points. Aerial is still connected. Alright, boom. So hopefully you plug this in and your car will either start or allow somebody to program in a key now, because you don't have this inside of it anymore. This wasn't working. I think that just cut me. Huh. But take this. Just pop it on carefully. Alright, man. Woo! That was a little nerve-wracking. I always get anxious around really, really thin wires. Let me know if that works, and if it doesn't, then I will continue to hunt for your issue. But I think that was the culprit. I think that whatever happened, this was destroyed. And if this is destroyed, this cannot push or receive information. So somebody trying to program in a key, you know, part of the procedure is the car has to be able to detect it and then program the transponder and then put that data inside of the car's immobilizer. And if this is broken, then the car can't detect the key or sniff out data or anything. You're roadblocked, essentially. So let me know, and we will see if that fixes it. I'm not touching this again. I believe what I've done is the fix for now, and if it doesn't work, then we look at another module. Thank you for the opportunity and your trust, and I will get this back to you.